What's up, horror fam? It's
Hello.
me and Jonathan this week. Welcome to another live with HHN 365. Again, I'm Jess and this is Jonathan. I forgot our intro completely. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, you are Jess and I am Jonathan. So that's all people really need to
Hey,
know. So
we know our name.
uh,
We're duffless again. I'm going to use that term now because Mike did it, last week on the podcast? Duffless.
mm,
No,
Duffless.
we don't have like a Jess list, John. It's just Duffless. That's the
Just
only one.
Duffless. Hey,
Oh my
he's the
God,
only
wait.
one that if he's not here, we can create a new term.
Jonathan is back. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Duffless. We'll put that on a t-shirt.
Yes. Perfect.
Jonathan is back, and that's the reason it's on at 8 this week. So we'll have him for an hour. And it won't
Yeah.
be just Jess in the chat, which you guys did keep it alive last week. So I won't even lie. Let's see who we have this week. We have Christine, already
Ooh,
excited at 9:45 this morning.
that's
Wow.
crazy. That's
You
amazing.
know what? I respect the commitment. I really like it.
I do. I wouldn't even be this committed to what we're doing. So I mean, I respect that.
Not a single slide was made for this live at 9:45 this morning. Albert, it's nice to see you. That's all I'm going to say to that.
Yeah, that's all we need to say to that comment.
Oh my god. Hi, Neptune.
How many comments are we gonna get regarding that one tweet he made?
I want to die.
Uh,
Of course, Chemo Dog. Hurry up, you fools. It is to die for.
that's how you know the stream is actually happening when that comment's made.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If this comment's not here, it's not us. Not
No.
that anybody's pretending to be us either.
We're imposters. We've been abducted by aliens and they've gone into our skin and they're just
Well, wait a
just
second. Speaking of imposters, I know that I think we mentioned a while ago. I'm really liking the mustache, Jonathan.
oh, thank you.
I'm
Yeah,
really liking it. You know, it's a
appreciate
little
it.
like, who is this man? I don't really know.
I don't know either. I don't know who I am.
I'm into it though. I don't know. Do you guys in the chat, how do we feel? Actually, only positive comments. I don't actually care about your opinions on Jonathan's mustache.
I hate it. It's terrible.
I don't want to open up the negative comments because you did not ask for that. I was. If you like Jonathan's comment, leave it in the chat. Oh my god, mustache. Leave it in the chat.
We have to get an updated Goblethan now.
A mustache goblin.
Mustache Goblethan.
Oh my god.
It's gotta
What's
happen.
up, Katie? Look, Katie answered the question without me even asking this week. I'm assuming you got tacos or burritos or both.
Both of those are things I wish I was eating right now.
I know. Oh my god. Oof. What's up, that Mario person? What's up, Tank Slayer?
What's up?
Hello, Neptune.
No.
Hi, Hydra. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm just gonna click through all the highs. Hi, Allie.
Hello.
Alex swooshes in. I like that. Is it a ghostly swoosh? At least.
I hope so.
What's up, Brandon?
Hi.
Keep it. Who's that random on the right?
I don't know.
I do not know this man. Oh, here's a comment. Thanks, Albert.
All right, I'm gone. Bye-bye, everybody. No.
No, come back, Jonathan. Hi, Arkham. Came on my second favorite goblin.
Hello.
Ooh, Hydra suggests in the chat has a different vibe. It's like a wine lounge. Ooh. Okay.
It kind of was. I managed to watch a lot of it, and it was you went off on Murdy. That was crazy. I knew you said you were going to, but I was like, oh my goodness. It was very good. It was very fun to watch on my work break. Very entertaining.
I don't lie. I won't lie. I'm sorry.
You said it was gonna happen, and then it happened. So
I am an Aries. Oh my god, Mothman, you're never late. We were early this week, so I'm surprised. Let's see. Hello, Rod.
Hello.
Goblethan for Congress 2028 with mustache.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Will you be? I don't know. Does Congress have an age? Are you old enough? I don't know how politics work.
I think I'm technically old enough, but I'm good.
You're still like 19 in my. I know you can like legally drink and shit, but you are like, you're always gonna be the baby. You are the baby to all of us. Jonathan's mustache for president 2020.
Just my mustache. That's it.
Not Jonathan.
No.
I don't. Well, you're definitely not old enough to be president, but I guess fuck the terms and fuck the qualifications.
Yeah, who needs rules? Just do whatever you want, I guess.
Keith said I looked at the stash and I was like, did Jonathan have one? Is this new? I don't remember.
I did have one, but I was with my beard. So like I had everything. So it was like kind of blended in. But now this is, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna save that comment for later.
Okay.
It's just something I don't know if you want out, like with where you're currently working at. It's giving very that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I
Yes.
didn't want to dox you on our live, you know.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't need people knowing.
Exactly. Reminds me of Benson Boone, but Benson Boo? Oh, that's your name.
Benson. I don't know what
Benson
any of those
Boone,
references are.
he's the one who wears the jumpsuits. He's the singer, and he always is doing backflips. They do like jokes about it all the time.
Okay, I can see that.
That's Benson Boone. Don't ask me what he sings, but I know he does backflips. He'd be killing it on the backflip.
Okay. Well, I certainly cannot do that. So
Arkham said, "Who are you, and what have you done with their bodies?" What's up, Jordan? Happy to be here. I'm happy you're happy to be here. That's a lot of happy, but you know what? I'm happy. Katie says, "Hell yeah!" And Mustache is 2 thumbs up.
Appreciate that. 2
hey,
Fallout
Monica.
Thumbs up.
Speaking of, Galvanized Horror did leave a comment. They just dropped the season 2 teasers for Fallout a few minutes ago.
Yep. And like the teasers, like actual video, because I know they just announced that season 2 is coming out in December of this year. Which we'll have more to talk about that later in the stream. But season 2 is officially coming out this year, which is exciting. Could mean some things. Who knows?
Didn't season 1 come out this year too?
What? No.
That was Fallout?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't.
That was sorry.
Not on my radar. Sorry.
I know
who Walton Goggins was this year, dude.
I'm acting like I didn't just start watching the show this year.
But I don't know.
I think it was like 2 years ago that it came out.
Series? Wow.
Every episode's like an hour, and they're insanely high production quality. So that's probably why it's taken so long.
Well, my husband wants to watch it now. Can't imagine why. I just was okay watching like an overview. All right, let's see who else is here before we get into what we're going to talk about. Hello, Jordan. Monica. Oh dear, I don't know what. I'm assuming I said Brandon, not Jonathan, because it's normally me. I'll apologize in advance. Whether you love him or capital HIM, put your paws up, baby, because this is Curse of the Werewolf. Hey, Mike. You know what, Mike? I have a question for you, actually. I'm going to bring this up real early in the live. How do you feel, my little smoking section buddy, that they're taking away our meeting place in 3 fucking days? 3 fucking days. This is not going to solve the problem that they think it's going to solve. HHN Hollywood is no smoking, and there's more people vaping there than anywhere else I've been to. Parks. Whatever. Moving on. Keith, you know what? I agree. Well, we'll see if we get there tonight. And Wade says, the mustache is epic.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Mustache is epic.
Epic universe. Did you see Murdy's tweet today? I guess we'll find out in a little bit.
See?
It's probably about wood.
And it rising?
So Lady Gaga or what? We're gonna get into that in a little bit, Rod.
Mm-hmm.
In a little bit. We gotta vibe check the chat first, before we just throw Gaga in the ring. We can't just throw her out right at the beginning.
It's the thumbnail, so that means we have to like save it for like the middle,
Oh yeah, it's like if this was a podcast episode, you would have to get through the news and rumors.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of anything else because that's not my part. I just sit there and laugh or vape or I don't know.
Something.
Color commentary. I am not the play-by-play analyst here. Thank you. I don't know how I became one on this fucking shit, but Jonathan, it was 2 short trailers. By the way.
Ooh, I have not. I want to watch those, so I'm going to very soon.
Wait. Arkham says just a teaser poster. They announced season 3. Well, now I'm confused.
I thought it's season 2. They announced season 2 date, but they announced season 3 is happening.
Whoop whoop.
That makes sense.
Anyone ready to go out and see Hurry Up Tomorrow?
Almost. It's almost. Oh yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm running. Sprinting.
Listen, like you have to watch it just to like. I don't know. I feel like this is something that's never like really been done before. I'm kind of interested because it's a movie that finishes off all 3 albums, but also is its own thing. It's in it, you know, and we kind of saw kind of what it was in Hollywood last year. Like, honestly, that's the main reason I'm excited for it. I want to see what the similarities are from that house on the Weekend Nightmare trilogy to the movie, because we know there are a lot, because Murdy has said there are a lot, and that he went to Abel's house and he saw the movie. So there were references in
A very
the
early
house.
screening in 2024.
So that's why I'm excited, and I will definitely be making a post once I can about all the similarities, because that's fun. I like that.
Christine, that was not me at Universal. That's funny that I have a doppelganger though. But if you do ever see me, you don't fangirl, but we can fangirl about HHN together. I mean, I don't know if I'll have stickers. We have not had stickers in a while. We need to use Jonathan before HHN.
Yeah, it's about that time where people are gonna start wanting, like more HHN people are coming out, to the parks and ready to see construction. Which we're not there yet, but we're almost there. We're getting there.
No, I was there a couple weeks ago, but not recently, and I probably won't be.
Those trusses are not for HHN. Don't worry, guys.
We're not even gonna talk about them. Like, yeah. All right. I see some. Oh wait, I gotta put this one in. I am devastated. I agree. No, I figured we would have the same opinion, but I just wanted to chat about it briefly.
Yeah, making team members enforce that. That's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it was. They don't get paid enough for that, and
no.
I mean, we can't control the general public, unfortunately.
Yep.
I won't be. I'll just be doing other things before I get in there, but hey, it's legal.
It's true.
But yeah, all right. Well, what do we want to get into first, Jonathan?
Maybe we've been starting off with HHN Hollywood construction kind of every episode, so we can just get into that real quick. Get all the Hollywood stuff done before we start talking about Orlando. What is that, Jess?
A house. A house, actually. You know what, Jonathan? This is not just a house. This is a house from 2022. It is exactly the same fucking house. And you know who said it was? And I wish I had put this in the slideshow. Kevin.
Crazy. Like, every live we've been doing, we're like, that's Scarecrow the Reaping, that's Scarecrow the Reaping, that's Scarecrow the Reaping. And guess what? This is Scarecrow the Reaping. Exactly. So
there we go. Scarecrow the repeat.
Yep. Scarecrow the repeat. Scarecrow the repeating. I've heard there's a lot of
repeating.
Yep.
The repeat pad.
Yep. Repeat pad. Exactly. I don't know if anyone has any more comments about this coming back exactly the way it was anymore, because it feels like we've been talking about this for a month now, and Kevin is, whenever Kevin says something, you trust him. But if anyone in the chat does, like, let us know, because it's Scarecrow. There it is. Scarecrow.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're done.
Wow. What's this little ditty, Jonathan? She's real cute.
If you want to see the full explanation of what this is, you can actually check our TikTok or Instagram, because Kevin made a very, very funny video that we posted on Instagram for Reels and TikTok on there as well. But this is, if you guys don't remember, this is H lot. I think it's north, but I could be wrong. I always get those two mixed up, but it's on the H lot. And originally, when just this bottom part was there with the 2 openings, Kevin was like, I think this is the Terrifier 2 Funhouse. And then cut to now, it looks like he's right. Like, I don't want to say it's confirmed, but if you look at pictures of the Terrifier 2 Funhouse, there's the scythe that's like on the right that you can see the shape of pretty much exactly. And then on the left, is like little shoulder. And then on the left hand, little shoulder. And then on the left hand side, there's a big Grim Reaper holding the scythe, and you can sort of see the start of that as well, with like the little triangle-esque shape there. So, I don't think there's any disputing it now. Like, who knows? Something could change. It could be an original like Funhouse inspired by that, but whatever it is, this looks like that picture. It looks like the Terrifier 2 Funhouse.
1 week we're gonna get the little like football like markers so we can like draw on the pictures at the construction updates, because I think that we try to describe it and I know everybody can see it, and I don't know why we don't save that overlay photo every week. And
Yeah,
when Duff's not here, I'm like, oh, I wish we had that photo.
people,
Oops.
it gives people a reason to go to our social media because it's right there. And he literally has a before and after, before overlay,
Mhm.
after overlay, and it's exact. And I'm gonna be honest. Once this happens, because
Mhm.
I trust Kevin, it's going to happen. This facade's gonna look amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a really, really cool facade for this franchise. And walking up to it, it seems like because these tents are pretty big, it seems like the scale is gonna be pretty tall. And
Yeah.
you're gonna walk up to it and it's just gonna engulf you,
Yeah.
which I always appreciate those facades.
It's kind of what I mean, this kind of a facade I think is what Hollywood does best. So I'm very excited to see this develop, and I'm excited that this is like one of the ones that we can see the most of. It's very
Yep.
exciting.
I
We do have a comment that I would like you to explain very briefly. Who's Kevin?
Kevin is an entity. Kevin is
We don't. Okay.
I'm gonna
This is not like a
no
cult. I promise, John.
mysterious for no, just Kevin's our we said it before, our
My
friend
friend.
who's in California who
Yeah.
we don't ask him to. He just like, hey guys, I'm in the park, and you can. Well, Hollywood's an interesting park because you can see everything legally in legal spots throughout, like because it's not like behind the scenes photos or anything. Like it's just straight
Legally.
up the way the park is laid out, because it's like on 2 levels. You can just see all the facades, and you don't
Yeah.
even have to try, frankly. So he just takes pictures for us and says, here you go, let the people know what's going on and hear my theories. And that's about it. It's just our friend Kevin, and it's always just been our friend Kevin. There's not really any secret to it. He just doesn't want to put his name, well, not his name, but like put himself out there.
Mhm.
But that's how he wants us to credit him, and so he's our
Our
friend
friend
Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not trying to be like assholes or anything. He's just our friend Kevin. Like,
Hmm.
and we're really grateful for him because we would not have any Hollywood shit to talk about.
Nope, not we have no one else in California.
No.
So it's this is awesome. And the
Um,
fact that it's not only he gets pictures for us, but he can tell exactly what they are every single time. Crazy.
It is crazy.
It's a
David
gift.
agrees with you. Sorry about that triangle support. It definitely supports the skeleton.
Yep.
I get it. Okay, Jordan, you get the vibes. Football commentary, marking up construction photos. I think you and I are the perfect two for that
Oh
because we're
yeah.
crazy.
We
Insert.
we look into these, like, yeah, we can get the red little marker and just sort of circle areas and be like, well, this over here is the skeleton, this over here is where we're going to enter, this on the right side. I even think Kevin said on the right side he thinks that Art the Clown is going to be there, and he's going to be like like coming out there, because he thinks that doorway, if you can see inside
Mhm.
of the right, is like a scare actor door. And so the scare
Mm.
actor would come out, Art the Clown, and just be like, either Art the Clown or whoever, but probably be him. And just do Art the Clown things. I don't know. Just, mime and not talk with people, but
This
just
is
be like, hello.
this is where we insert the audio clip of Mike from the last episode. Is anybody still listening? Oh my gosh. All right, what's our next one?
Ooh, so if we remember from last week, John Murdy said that the Jurassic World tent, which is what this is, was the tent that he did, I think, the most research for, or the most interesting research for, about something that he had no idea what it was before he started doing research for it. And it was the thing that I think both of us, when we saw that tweet, were like, WWE. We,
Yeah.
th- you know, we both are like that. So I'm gonna assume right now that's what this tent is going to be, just based on Murdy's comments and Murdy's tweets alone. And what you can see here is it's a facade. It's the facade of the tent. Because of the way it's placed, it's very hard to get a direct
Mhm.
photo of it unless you're like in specific areas of the park. But when the park is crowded, you can't get to those areas. So right now, this is what we got. Kevin thinks the middle portion here will be the entrance of the house. And right now he has a theory based on the shape of the facade and everything like that, how it's sort of tall and wide. Because if we're thinking about WWE, we're thinking about tall and wide. He thinks it's possibly and this is not like a Kevin theory because we can only see the backside. Once he sees if he ever gets to see the front, then he can actually like mock up things and use his noggin. This is just a pure guess from him, but he thinks it might be an iteration of the Firefly Funhouse or or something like that, because it's sort of, by being tall and wide, they can sort of do something like Pee-wee's Adventure, sort of that house, or like a Mr. Rogers house, something like that. And that could be like the sort of entrance to it. But that's just a pure guess, speculation. I don't know what you would think of that if we started there, Jess.
I mean, if you go back to any of the lives, any podcast episodes, since this has been speculation, I'm almost positive I say that could be a facade, because we've never seen the front of it, of the actual like Firefly Funhouse. You only see the interior front, like the interior of the front door as Bray walks through it. So like HHN could have like full reign of kind of like whatever that looks like on the outside, which would be really exciting for them. So
it'd be so cool.
I'm definitely not opposed, because it would be like you said, like a Pee-wee's Playhouse, like just like a funky house. It'd probably look like a very like normal house. Probably just a color. And like Bray's colors are red, black, purple, like the spooky goth color. So what's funny, actually, real fast. I was cleaning my house and I found these 2 stickers. So if you want to know, so this is, if you don't know, now you know. This is the Fiend. This was Bray Wyatt's original character. That is probably, I mean, if this house is happening, going to make an appearance. That was like his signature pose in the ring. So yeah, I found these and I've been saving them for life. So here we go.
The Fiend would be terrifying, popping out at you from like a corner or something like that, from a boot hole, like that mask.
They can make that like a puppet.
Oh
like
yeah,
a pop-out puppet easily.
If this house, it's it's very heavily rumored at this point. I feel like it's happening. We just don't know what angle it's taking. At this,
stressed.
I know.
So stressed, Jonathan, about this house.
About Hollywood's in particular, or both?
No, about just this is like my top 2 IP wish list ever. So this is just really, really scary.
I can see that.
And because he's passed, it's like, even I'm so nervous that like I normally don't care if people don't like a house. I really want people to like these houses, Jonathan. I want getting real vulnerable right now.
I want people to shut up about like, WWE isn't horror or this and that. And it's like, yes, it is. First of all, especially, the original rumor, which was Wyatt 6. If you watch any video from them, they are very much horror. Then they don't hide it at all. More horror than some of the things we've had in the past, right? More horror than Ghostbusters, that we had. And I still think Ghostbusters fits because it worked, and everything. But I just want people to understand that when HHN takes risks like this, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing, because there's only so many movies you can do. There's so many slashers that everyone knows. There's so many classic films. You have to go outside the box, or else HHN will just keep repeating the same properties over and over and over again. Having something as interesting as WWE is only good for the event, and it's only a good thing. And that's my philosophy.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we got the Weekend. We got a music house finally. Like this is how we get just different things. And even like, maybe this is a poor example, but like the Killer Clown Scare Zone was kind of like an experiment.
It was Orlando. A risk.
Yeah, it was in a new location that they never really used, and they haven't used again, with a movie that back then was very cult classic, not like it is right now in the mainstream at all. Like, it was just coming back up with that. So like, we have to take risks. And I like that you pointed out that like these are the most exciting things because sometimes they become the passion projects.
Yeah.
So we know in Orlando it's going to be that. And again, I'm going to give Murdy a compliment for all you people that say, oh, we do a shit on Hollywood. If the man gets interested in something, it's going to be great, even if he had no interest in it when it, like, Universal got the rights for it.
Yep.
So I'm giving a compliment. Let's see what the chat has to say. Bray Wyatt scare actor at the end of the house. I really hope so. I really hope it's more than just that too. Hydra likes the Mr. Rogers theory. I think that would be really funny because people who have no idea would be like, what the fuck is this? I thought this was the WWE house.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like a scary house.
It's a great statement to make right in the front that this is like not just going to be probably, it's not going to be wrestlers in a ring just like doing wrestling. Like it's not going to,
there's probably going to be a wrestling ring.
No.
There might be maybe like a corner or like the Fiend has come out through the bottom of a wrestling ring like a monster. So maybe that it's not going to be like Rey Mysterio doing a fucking frog splash across you in the house. If it is, I will eat my words because that's the silliest fucking thing I've ever heard of. That's not what this is. That's not what this story is. And that's not what Bray Wyatt's legacy is.
No, not at all.
The Fiend at the end of the house for the last scare.
Yep.
Hydra says this house could be as scary as Insidious.
It's possible.
I agree. You're afraid. Also, people are afraid of what they don't know, and a lot of people don't know these characters.
Exactly.
So, Albert says this would be a fan service house. WWE is not legit scary. I agree with you, but HHN is. That's collaboration.
And I'd argue most IPs they bring are not legit scary. There's like Quiet Place is not scary. Like it's not,
thrilling.
Ghostbusters was not, thrilling, but not scary. Ghostbusters is not scary. Killer Clowns is not scary. Like there are so many IPs you can say not legit scary. And it doesn't matter because the Horror Nights formula, as long as there's some good costumes, some freaky costumes or just great environments, that's all that matters. Because all you got to do is make some boo holes, have people jump out at you, have some creepy environments, and you're golden. The property itself does not have to scare you on its own. Horror Nights adds that element to it most of the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of like, I guess like Yetis aren't really scary to me. I guess this might be a poor example, but like I find the Yeti houses really fucking terrifying and really fun, even though I have Yeti fatigue. But I get it. And I know that this is not for everyone. And a lot of people are going to shit on this property. So I'm prepared for it.
Yep. It's going to be like The Weeknd. People are going to probably shit on it until it happens. Then everyone's going to shut up. So,
or they won't.
Maybe. Or they won't. That's also a possibility.
I'm so fucking nervous. 8-bit slasher. I know absolutely nothing about WWE, but seeing everyone get hyped for its potential house makes me hyped for it too. Hey, love that. Hydra says, Jonathan, you are spitting right now. Spitting them bars. No,
oh my God. I know.
I knew you were gonna do that too. What's up,
be,
Andre? Welcome. I hope you enjoy it. We're gonna get to Gaga soon, I promise.
Almost there.
Alex, someone who isn't an avid WWE fan or consumer, I remember when I was turned off on Weekend, but then as I grew to understand it, the more I realized what the potential was with it. Yeah.
Just like watching some music videos and seeing the imagery to go, okay, I can see it.
Yeah. Mike, this is the way you're going to get into wrestling. It's so gay. Wrestling is so gay. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's theatrical. It's drag. Like, this is going to piss some people off, but it is all of the above. And I live for it so much. Oh my God. There's a really good YouTube channel that has drag queens on it. I wish I remembered what it was, but they do wrestling and drag queens, and it's the drag queens don't wrestle, but the drag queens like review wrestling, and it is chef's kiss. Get into that if you're not into wrestling, but you're into like stuff like that. Yeah, Jess, but if it's Undertaker, you're gonna shit all over it. Yeah. I'm gonna shit all over the Undertaker.
Yeah. Not the designers, not the scare actors or anything like that. Just the person.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ooh, Seatown has a good idea. I would be shocked if there wasn't a wrestling ring. Probably set up like the stage in Stranger Things.
There'll probably be one in both houses.
Yeah. One with like a reference either to Randy Orton, setting the Fiend on fire, the Fiend coming up through the like it's gonna be like a gimmick or like one of the big moments I think in his career. Because that's also like if this is going like the Wyatt 6 Bray Wyatt side, like the Firefly Funhouse in his mind is like it goes through like big moments in his life and like where he lost, where he went. Like it just it depends on where we go. And
true.
I think he has wrestled The Undertaker. So again, like he could show up in the house.
It's true. It just beats Undertaker's ass, and it's like, all right.
All right, we're gonna move on to I think this is also from that view, right?
It's just another view. You can't really see much else. It's really hard right now, but just another view of the tent, and it's soon Kevin maybe will come up with a theory when he can see what he needs to see to actually do the whole overlay magic that he does.
Dustin has one good point before we go on. There's Money in the Bank in LA on June 7th.
Ooh,
that's a good point. And I do want to put this on the screen because Chris, I 100% agree with you. I have mentioned it before on lives and in podcasts. I dislike everything that family stands for. We all agree with it. It's just inevitable at this point. Unfortunately, it seems like it is coming to the event. And I watch wrestling, but I try to disassociate the art from the artist, like a lot of people do when they go to the Potter sections of the park. So like, it sucks. I hate it, but what are we gonna do?
I don't know how the rights work. For like but I know you do kind of. Just I guess none of us really do. But like anything involving the Wyatt 6 or Bray Wyatt, does that like almost everything go directly to the family, or is it still? We don't know.
I know that he was signed onto a Legends deal once he passed away, and that I don't know if it's a majority or I think it's a significant amount of whatever he makes goes directly to his family and his children to make sure that they're taken care of because his children are very young. They're taken care of, that they are going to be put through college and like we'll never have to worry about anything. So there is a part of where the sale of this will go to that, like the sale of the t-shirts and whatever they do have. But there also is the other side of it where it is going to TKO and WWE, which, I mean, TKO bought it from the McMahon family. So that depending on how, that's the other thing, like the McMahons, Triple H and Stephanie are still at the head of the company. You can't ignore that, Stephanie and McMahon. But Vince and, I mean, all rights are owned by the McMahons. Yeah, I guess so. If you want to look at it that way. So
yeah,
there was a TKO buyout and everything. So TKO operates the company right now, but they're still on the board. So moving on. What's this one?
This is the Parisian Courtyard, and it's pretty similar to what we showed last time. But the walls have really increased in length. They're very tall. They're taller than I think any of the Monstroses. And I could be wrong. I might be misremembering. I think Kevin told me it's more similar to like the Bride of Frankenstein Lives when they had that the length of the wall. But yeah, there's gonna be some tall people wherever this is or whatever they're doing here. So that's exciting.
These tall walls in the Parisian Courtyard. Jonathan's on tall wall watch.
Tall wall watch, exactly.
Oh look, wood.
I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say it but no, I'm good.
One more comment about WWE. Brendan, same. That's it. We're moving on.
All right.
All right. So that's all we have for Hollywood construction updates. Should we go? You want to go to Murdy tweets then? Stay in Hollywood?
You know what? Since we're at 8:35, let's get to the
Murdy tweets.
Let's do. Yeah, you're good with Murdy tweets on your own. You have fun with those. But want to just dive into maybe the meat of the big meat. Thumbnail.
Whatever could you mean? You mean this lady right here?
Possibly.
Lady Gaga. Stephanie, if you want to use her government name. Oh, Robbie said it first. Gaga. What happened with Gaga this week, Jonathan? I I didn't hear anything. What are you
You
talking
didn't hear
about?
it? Not a single thing?
No. My phone didn't
No.
explode once we posted.
So basically, there was a I think it was Theme Park Stop or whatever that people were talking and just talking about, oh, is Gaga coming? This and that, and Legacy's like, yep, Lady Gaga is currently a rumor that that will be the theme, or Lady Gaga herself may be the new. He didn't really say exactly, just said Lady Gaga will be the theme of the Dead Coconut Club this year. He doesn't necessarily believe that rumor. But once again, as we get further in these slides, not everything he doesn't believe ends up not being true. Because that's how rumors work. And he's because we'll get it later. There's one thing he was adamant that's not happening, that he's like, oh, it's happening now. So that's why I posted it, because it's a legit rumor that he said has been floating around, and it's, when it's a rumor, it's from a source. It's not just from a random person. So
Lady Gaga is the icon, Jonathan.
yeah.
Could you imagine? I like all
crazy.
the abracadabra, abracadabra. I was doing the dance in my head. Take you to the Garden of Eden. Not the government name. I will always pull out someone's government name. You don't know nothing about that. I give wrestlers government names. Mayhem. All right. Let's go to these what you were just referencing. That's not what we're looking at yet. No.
No, don't worry. He didn't say it in Discord. I don't think. So I just
oops. Well, back we are.
Yeah, that's
you
what
said
the
we had
tweet
it. I'm sorry. Back to Gaga.
Sorry. Like that's what the tweet are the Discord comments, kind of. No, Jess. First of all, okay, I have two questions. Yeah. One, do we think this is actually true? Because it could not be. It's just a rumor. And two, if Gaga is at the event, are we on the same page that it would 100% be themed to the newest album, the Mayhem album? Or do we think it's going to be just a compilation of Gaga?
I know you said, do I think? I don't want to answer it, because this is also in my top wish IPs for the event. Like, I have been talking about Gaga for a long time, just like a lot of people have. Like when we got a whisper of Billy, I was screaming Gaga with other people. So on another show. Do I think it's happening? I don't know, because she is this album, I feel like, has one of the biggest marketing campaign
yes,
for her albums, because it's been so long. So it very well could be, and a bar lines up, and I think what they did last year with Dead Coconut was really cool.
Yep.
But I just don't see a name like Lady Gaga coming just for a bar.
Yeah.
And maybe this is them being like, hey, if you do Mayhem, you can have access to her whole discography for a house next year. Is she Universal Music Group?
She might be. Someone else, people in the comments would know. Or
that's important. That is important. We should know.
That is true.
Who is Gaga signed to? Tell me. It says Interscope, but is that correct? That feels old.
That doesn't seem right. I guess it could be.
I guess. It does not say.
Oh,
Universal. UMG. Oh, wait. Somebody is saying Gaga's Universal.
Oh, well.
Andre. Okay. Oh, Robbie's also. Okay. So UMG artist. So that helps a little bit.
Yep.
I really want this to be true, but I just don't see it being true.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But if it was, can we talk about all the current rumors, Jonathan? This year, I have to quit my job. I just have to be at HHN every night, and they're going to have to understand.
It's literally the event. Like, if all these rumors come to fruition, this is your event. Like, that's it. Like, there's no one else gets to claim it. It's just yours.
Literally, hate to be selfish, but WWE, Friday the 13th, Lady Gaga.
Yep.
The other one, but those are big ones, right? I don't know, man. If this is true, though, that'd be fucking cool. They also, I think, would have to be a little more strict with capacity in there.
Yeah.
Because it was already really crowded last year with the Vamp one.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of nights I was like, ooh, why is there not somebody at the door saying no? Like, you can't walk. If you can't walk, you can't come in. I'm sorry.
Right.
And maybe put a bar outside too. Like a little pop-up bar. for it.
They'd have to make it bigger than it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see them going, like, the Dead Coconut Cup last year was a huge success. Like, absolutely huge success. Like, people were shitting on the year itself, but everyone was like, Dead Coconut Club was the best it's ever been. And it's possible, like, this is a amazing marketing opportunity. We're gonna make a ton of money. But also, like, this is probably great promotion for the album. And I mean, it could not just be here. It could be also in the park as well. We don't know that. It could have Dead Coconut Club somewhere and then Gaga somewhere else in the park itself, because that's how Blumhouse was. Blumhouse had the bar, the top of the bar, and then it also had a zone.
We have a question. Yeah. Would it be the whole bar or just the top half like Blumhouse was brought
There's
up?
no way it's not the whole bar. If it came,
if it's Gaga,
it'd be the whole bar. But there is precedent that IPs have been in the Dead Coconut Club before. They tested it last year and it worked. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna say I believe it yet, even though I really want it, because I'm not really a Lady Gaga fan, but this album slaps. It's very good. It's a very good album. So I would love for it to be. It just seems out there. But again, a lot of the time, the things that seem out there and don't make sense to me, end up happening. Like, I was like, Quiet Place, there's no way that's happening. That doesn't make sense. And then it did, or, a lot of some properties this year, that are looking more and more true. I mean, WWE is even you, Jess, were like, man, that's an interesting rumor, but there's no way it's happening. Right. And then we're getting to the point where everyone's like, yeah, we're at that rumor point where, there's a couple ones like Terrifier and Fallout where everyone's like, it's pretty much happening, and WWE seems like that one as well. So
yeah, I mean, maybe
who knows?
If this rumor keeps on, she has a lot of discography that leans horror, and a lot of people like to write her off because she is a pop artist.
This album especially is like all the music videos and like the songs themselves would be perfect. And you know what? Something else I didn't think about, but Lady Gaga described this album as you are at a nightclub. Like, you are out at night. And this is like the whole purpose of the album is you are like out and doing all the highs and lows of like, being out at night, partying and stuff like that. That would fit literally perfect with saying, I want my representation to be literally at a nightclub, because that is what the album is. So I can see that too. Who knows?
So my question is then, okay, well, I guess not it is a question at the end. There's no way Orlando just gets Gaga then, if this is true, if this is a perfect world and this rumor is true, which I don't think it is. They don't have a Dead Coconut Club in Hollywood. They have the bar.
Yep. They have the bar that they could do. Maybe Tram, maybe, I don't know.
A Gaga Terror Tram could be cool.
Could work. But the bar might be enough. Like, either the bar or maybe they wouldn't
technically have Gaga at HHN.
It's true.
The Countess, absolutely, we did. You're right, 8-Bit, you got us. So a return to Halloween Horror Nights. Jonathan is one of the girlies. He's a little pop girly. I don't know if you guys know this.
I honestly am. I love.
How do you feel about Sabrina Carpenter?
Very good.
Oh my God, right, Jonathan? Okay, this is gonna be a whole other. Short and Sweet is such a good album.
Yes.
No, I could see this coming, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on the fence right now. Like, I'm not gonna say no yet, but I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm in the middle. But there's some things that I hear that I go like, no, there's no way. This is a middle of the pack, and I want it to be true. So that's why I'm more middle of the pack instead of like thinking it's gonna happen. Because whenever I want something to be true, sometimes it doesn't happen. So I'm gonna stay level-headed.
Okay. Well, nobody freak out. Well, monsters in the chat. Nobody freak out. Everybody relax. We have one more tweet, I guess. I just put these together. So
yeah. This is a huge one. And shout out to Galvanized Horror on our Discord server for catching this, because a lot of people like myself couldn't pull it up because for some people it didn't work. For some it did. But on the desktop version of the ticketing website, which may or may not still be there, I have no idea. when you looked up tickets, there was a new tab that was all black right in the center that said Halloween Horror Nights. And it looks like they are getting everything set up behind the scenes to eventually put tickets on there. We're getting to that point. It's May. Maybe either before. I mean, honestly, there's only 10 days left for Universe at this point. I think they wait till after.
Oh, Jesus Christ, there is.
Yeah.
That just gave me like a chill down my spine in the worst way possible. Whew.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be it's gonna be after. Probably. But they're probably like very soon after they're gonna drop these tickets, because we're they're doing, whenever you see behind the scenes stuff, it's not that long until something eventually happens. So yeah, tickets coming soon, possibly.
Tickets. I do want to put up, Hydra made a really good comment while you were reading that about Gaga. That might explain the Murdy tweet about songs his kids like.
Wait, what? Hydra, do you remember what that was referring to? Was it like referring to a zone or a house or something that
I don't know if
wasn't?
he said it was. I thought it was just like what was, God, I wish I rememred now. It was something like general.
Because he has said, and we'll get to it soon, that that it's something that might not be any of those generic things. So I don't know.
Wait, the chat is saying tram, they think.
Tram. Gaga tram would make sense.
Gaga tram with a Gaga
bar.
Gaga, I can't even think of the name. Dead Coconut. Jesus
Club.
Fucking Christ, Jess. I'm on the struggle bus right now. Robbie's freaking out. I'm freaking out. Everybody just calm the fuck down. Paws are only mildly raised.
If it's the tram, then it would make 100% sense why it would come to Dead Coconut Club here.
Gaga tram. I take back everything negative I said about this year in Hollywood. It's gonna be the best year ever.
A couple months ago, we're like, Terror Tram's coming back. Oh no! But now they're gonna announce Gaga. Like, I love the Terror Tram. I can't wait to experience it. I'm ready.
My head is spinning. The gays are freaking out. I'm sorry. I am not trying to get everybody's hopes up. I literally told you guys to calm down. I don't know if Gaga's actually coming. This is the energy HHN needs.
It's true.
Oh my God. Okay. Whew. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. I'm going to do what I do with my preschoolers. We're going to, if you were my preschoolers, I would grab your hands and I would say, let's get our wiggles out. Woo! And we would shake. So everybody get your wiggles out. Get your fucking wiggles out, everybody. Open up the fucking pit. Getting ready for Rockville. Yeah, by the way, I guess we should have put this in the beginning. There's no podcast this week. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And then I don't know if I'll have a voice next week for a live, but we shall see where we're at. You'll know on social media.
Lives are kind of podcasts if you think about it. In a way. Lives are kind of podcasts.
It's everything we would cover.
It's true.
Wow. Let's get into the legacy things I accidentally put on the screen earlier. Because I'm probably going to need your help, maybe, for something like that.
Yes.
Because I can do Murdy tweets by myself.
Legacies. No, I just think, like, when you're alone with Murdy tweets, it makes them 100% funnier.
By myself, Jonathan. I don't need you for a Murdy tweet.
You don't?
Okay. Whew. Legacy. All
right. So it starts off and Legacy says, I don't know why I didn't anticipate that zone. So we know he's referring to a scare zone in Orlando, because we never talk about Hollywood zones when he comes. We never cover that. Like, in terms of rumors, no one cares about Hollywood zones. And so Legacy said the first part, so it looks like my not Hatchet and Chains theory is wrong. So he just said one thing right here that's not a zone. He now thinks that the sort of rumored Western house that we've been seeing on the maps and stuff like that, Legacy's claimed he did not think it was Hatchet and Chains, made a whole thing, like a whole reasoning about it, and now he's like, well, it's Hatchet and Chains. So that's one thing that we can discuss. And the second part was that we'll see if my not Mardi Gras theory will be accurate, because my theory would likely be a more popular return and more obvious for this year. And if we go to the next Discord comment, it will give a lot of context to what that means. I think it's Vamp 25. because it's 2025, and that's a funny, obvious idea. And if we keep going, he gives a little more context. The rumors have centered around masquerades or Mardi Gras when they're both tied to the item that is likely causing the rumor. So it looks like Legacy. So we learned two things from this Blue Sky tweet, or what Blue Sky post, whatever. The first thing, he thinks Hatch and Change is now happening, which is why I made the Lady Gaga tweet, because things that he believes are not happening sometimes happen. So that's why I posted it. Some people are like, is that clickbait? Like, no, it's not, because rumors are rumors and they happen or they don't. That's what a rumor is.
We also tell you guys all the time that insiders are sometimes very wrong, usually very wrong.
Yep.
And we just kind of give you guys the vetted insiders that, like, the years of us dealing with the bullshit and the clickbait has kind of brought us to. And sometimes, it is, they post it for engagement. So, if it's being discussed, here we go.
Exactly. Here we go. Let's
Lady
go.
Gaga at HHN. Let's go.
Let's go. So that's the first part. And the second part is, it looks like he's leaning towards a vamp masquerade, 1920s, 1925-esque zone. So we have two things to discuss, and I don't know which one we want to discuss first. I guess Hatchet. Would you, I guess he's thinking Hatchet and Change is now happening. Would you be excited for that? Is that something you want to see, or would you rather have it been another Western type original?
Is it okay? I don't know if this is a case of we've just been talking about it for so long, or because it was last year. I am so fucking over the Hatch and Jane's discussion at this point. So I'm trying not to sound deflated, but I really do feel like we never stopped talking about it from HHN last year to now. So I'm like, whew, I'm sleepy. Can we talk about cyborgs, or I don't know, mummy strippers, or literally any other fucking movie from Slaughter Cinema 2? But I will say, I'm not mad at it, because this is probably the one that I think would be my choice, besides mummy strippers, which I know would never happen, to be like a full house. So I'm not mad or like disappointed. I want a Western. I haven't seen a Western at HHN really. Because I missed Lightning Gulch by a year, which is right. But I don't know. I'm excited to see it, but I'm also so sleepy when I think about it. I'm just kind of like,
it's weird how rumors work, right? That, like, I know Hatchet and Chains could be an amazing house. The settings could be great. The really creative elements of, like, where did the demons come from? Like, what are we gonna, how?
Where do they send them? What does the chain do? Like, what? I want to know these things, but also, are we gonna get that?
Who knows? We might not. It's, is it gonna be campy, or is it gonna be like Yeti, where they take it a little more serious than they did in the house? We don't know. Yeah, I want more serious. I mean, there is some funny, like, Westerns are inevitably very campy and funny just by themselves, and I'm totally okay with, like, that level of campiness. I don't think we need to go full on comedy. I think we just stay like level head in the middle ground, where there's campiness but not like over the top, and I think it could be really fun. So, like, I think this would be a great house. I just, kind of like you said, Jess, I'm so tired of talking about it. And when you talk about a rumor for so long, it just ends up lower on the hype, literally not because of anything that it is, but it's just because of how it gives me less, like, dopamine, because we've been talking about it for so long. That's all it is. Like
eventually, and we don't know anything, any rumors. We say this every week. Any news, rumors, we're just talking to talk about the conversation. We don't know anything. We don't have insiders. We're not insiders. We just podcast with our friends, and you guys like to listen, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of over talking about it. I want something new. I want something we haven't talked about, because if you think about it, that's been this year. Like, things have come up, and then they've fallen off, like WWE, and then they come back. And then it's like, well, it's nice that it came back, and it's nice that maybe insiders were right in the beginning, but sometimes that's not as fun. It's giving me like almost 2020, 2021 vibes again.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being ungrateful. Like, I used to beg for the day where we like had Terrifier and like during Christmas time, like knowing the big IP. But I'm like, Yeah. I'm bored.
Same.
I want to talk about like give me a Chucky right now. Throw a Chucky into the ring. Although
Chucky Ultimate Kill Count too.
the Jason last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever that like got thrown into the ring, that was a what?
Yep.
Give me more of those. Like give me little bitty things to get excited about.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of interesting stuff.
Yeah. All right. Can we talk about the
Second thing.
vamp thing though? Because that could be really fun.
It's okay. I have one like thing about what he said that I'm sort of not 100% like on board with yet. I think Vampire Masquerade is so perfect. I think they mesh together so well. But is it gonna be Vamp? Are we thinking because we just had Vamp? I don't know. That's my one thing because I think just a masquerade with vampires, perfect.
Agreed.
I don't know if we need to make it. We need to try to capture Vamp again. I don't know. I don't think every time you have vampires in a zone, it needs to be called Vamp.
Agreed.
But that's just my like little thing. At the end of the day, I don't think it'd matter, and it'd probably be around the same, and I'd love it either way. But that's like my only thing about this particular rumor that I'm sort of like, I don't know. We'll see.
I agree, though. I want because to me, this is giving that masquerade zone. Was that in 25?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't get to see it, but it's kind of like giving that mixed with Vamp. But like, I think the reason we like Vamp so much is the storytelling and like how the actors really get to like be their roles for the whole season.
Yep.
We can also just have vampires and not call it Vamp, like you said. And that's okay. And masquerade vampires would be so fucking cool. Brandon, I'm sorry. I was just thinking the same thing about Castle Vampire, and you like took the words out of my brain as they were formulating. So cool. That would be such a cool way to like nod to like a franchise original that we haven't had in forever that's like really held in high regard. But
yep.
I agree. I don't need it to be Vamp 25. It could just be a Roaring 20s Vampire Masquerade, like you said.
Yep.
And just set in 2025. That'd be really cool.
Oh. It'd be fantastic. This would be like there's been no other zone rumors that have been coming out, right now. This is like really the first one, I think. This would be very high. Like I don't know what else could come into the ring that would make this fall down from number one hype, because this is a very cool concept. And I love the goring 20s in knots. And it wouldn't, it'd be different because, we're talking about different vibes altogether, but still like that type of music and the costumes they could do with the zone and the potential interactivity you can do could be perfect. And could be, if it is Vamp, it could be back to formula with, how Vamp 55, it had popular songs and stuff, but like that wasn't all it was. Like these past couple of Vamps, it was like, oh, you're at a what was it, a high school ball,
homecoming parade,
or homecoming parade, and they're talking to you, and there's a lot of interactivity, and the songs were there, but it was just a vibe. And
it wasn't about the songs though. It was about
exactly
the stories and the like what the actors were doing, and I think that's where we've lost it in the last two iterations.
85 and 69 were very much just about the songs. There was stuff there, but I mean the songs were what the zone was like, saying like this is the coolest part about the zone, or the soundtrack we have. And a masquerade, would you be able to sort of rile that down and be like, no, it's about the vibe and the interactivity. You can get back to sort of that part of Vamp that we've been missing for a little bit. And that would, if they did call it Vamp, if they went that direction, I think I'd be totally okay with it, because that would be nice.
Keith, I like your comment. I want ugly monster vampires. Give me Hive back. I agree. I love a Nosferatu looking motherfucker. Give me that like traditional vampire. They don't all need to be like sexy too.
It's true.
Like, God, give me like an average Joe vampire. Universal.
I do need a bounce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at the time. Like, it's 9. I do need a bounce to get ready for work, but
Damn.
this is awesome, and you got this. And thank you
Thanks.
everyone for for hearing me
Have fun
talk
at
for an hour.
work. Everybody say bye, Jonathan, in the chat.
Bye-bye.
Wine hour is about to begin.
Bye, guys.
Have fun at work.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I never know what to say. I always want to be like, well, my babysitter's gone, but let's be real. I don't think Jonathan would stop me. Let's see what you guys are saying about these sexy or maybe not sexy vampires. I think the Vamp IP property has enough variety within it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't know. I feel like the last 2 iterations, and I didn't get to see the original Vamp Zone, so this is just kind of going off of like what I've heard and what I've seen online. That zone was magic, and I just don't feel like I've seen a magical Vamp Zone. I've seen good Vamp Zones, but I do think they focus so much on the music, especially with like 69, and it wasn't what they thought it was giving. Robbie, I hope that Masquerade is happening, and I hope that you are in that zone, and I will visit every night. Didn't they waste that 20s period to Coven? Yeah, I mean, they did kind of waste it with Spirits of the Coven, but who's to say that it can't come back? 2025 feels like the right time to do something, and I think a zone would be more fun. I guess kind of, yeah, knocking off Knott's Goring 20s, which is like not my favorite zone at Knott's. I really like Forsaken Lake. That is, oh, I love Forsaken Lake. It's just a vibe down there. But Goring 20s is like magical, and the more you camp out in Goring 20s at Knott's, the like better it gets. Kind of, I guess, like our zones in Hollywood or in Orlando, in Hollywood. Whew. But it is a special little zone over there. So I kind of want to just take a crack at it. Vamp Al Capone. Keith said Vamp 55 was lightning in a bottle and the sequels kind of lost it. That's what I've heard from people that have seen all 3. So yeah, I would like to see one that hits, but I just not everything needs sequels, and I will stand by that. All the buys. I want to be sexy though, Jess. Okay, well, I don't know. Well, okay, if you based on this lineup, I'm gonna ask you a question, Robbie. Based on the current speculated lineup, you can go off the current spec map or whatever you believe to be true. Where's your dream cast for this year? You can give me 2 if you can't pick one. Now the fun begins. Chemo, yeah. He just leaves for work. He works at night, and I don't. I work during the day. So this is kind of like 2 ships passing for a live. So if it's just going to be us, it'll probably be at 8 o'clock. If Death comes back, it'll probably be at like 8:30. Not if, when. God, that was so negative. Tom, I want my vampires ugly as fuck. I agree. We're getting a Nosferatu hot dog stand Chico. I shouldn't even put that on the screen. Oh yeah, Coven was a thing. Oh. 20s could be plausible because if this is a budget year, they'll be able to reuse costumes from Coven. I guess. Hi, Pyro. So the black tubes above the Terrifier maze are air conditioning, apparently, from what we've been told and what it looks like. And it seems to be one of the only tent houses in Hollywood that's getting it. But Murdy, we're going to get to that, I think, a little bit later. He talks about how even though it's being installed, it's not reliable. So it seems that if that maze is Terrifier is going to have AC, which is good because last year Hollywood had a lot of issues because they had a lot of the temperatures were much higher last year, I think, than what they have been. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the event started earlier. This is where my my knowledge kind of like goes out the door, but it was really hot, and I know like actors were passing out and they had issues keeping the tents any type of cool, and they were fucking hot last year. Even when we went and it wasn't like a heat wave. Um it was so I'm glad that they're going to give them at least something, and I hope that they have the budget or find a way to air condition all the tents this year cuz they need it. The actors really need it. You're already sweating regardless of the temperature outside cuz you're in a full costume and mask. Sometimes most of the time. So oh, Robbie answered, Dreamcast would be Hatchet and Chains. I wanted to be a sexy cowboy and be like, pew pew bitches. But I was cast in what's rumored to be Hollywood. Okay. I kinda every time I go through Hatchet and Chains actually comes this year, I'm just gonna pew pew bitches and I'm gonna think of you. Okay. Anybody a Cowboy Carter fan out here? Beyonce. Her she has some choreo with Blue, but she does that. So very, very that. And I'm gonna think of you when I go to the tour in July. Find it amusing how the vampire houses and scare zones are connected. It's cool those creatures have a plotline in the event and wish my furry werewolves had that deep of a storyline. I really do need Horror Nights to get on werewolves away from the Wolfman. I know that might be hard, and like we've done American Werewolf and stuff like that, but I love a werewolf. I want some more. I want them to find ways to kind of like shoehorn that in somewhere. They could have easily done that in 31 when it was all Halloween themed. Like they did the tropes. Why didn't they Now I'm getting mad. Jordan, we are lucky. Cuz I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a baby. And I could not do our event every night out here if we didn't have air conditioning. But that's like I lived in New Jersey for like just under a year and they don't have central air like a lot of the houses up there. So I was dying. I don't understand how people don't live with central air conditioning. Robbie, I wanted to come out of a saloon with 2 guns. Yes. I know Wolfman was at 31, but I said without the Wolfman. I know we couldn't have him twice, but just want something. Let's see what else we got. I think we have Legacy says, do we know if Fallout is based on the game or the show? He's saying the show. So that is, I believe Amazon Prime. I still haven't watched it. Walton Goggins got that Gog in me, you know. I'm gonna watch it. I think my husband said we're gonna watch it. I guess I have no say, but he said he might watch Terrifier with me. So we can all bully Wade in the chat that if I have to watch Fallout, he has to watch at least 1 or 2 of the Terrifiers with me. Okay, maybe not bully, but encourage. Well, any opinions on Fallout the show versus the game? I know a lot of people were, I think, wanting the game, but I guess the show makes more sense, and this would be, I believe, our first collab with Amazon, right? With Prime. I miss when I had somebody to tell me yes or no. Robbie's confident it's the show because I saw someone was cast and they looked exactly like someone from the show. That makes a lot of sense. I've also heard that it was the show, so I don't take that with a grain of salt, but does the show have enough scary things? From what Duff and Jonathan have told me, yeah. Albert's also saying yes, so I can't wait to find out. Keith says he thinks the game would have a lot more options for the creatures we could see versus the show. Didn't really show off the stuff. We didn't see a death claw. Death claw sounds like they just use like a word generator to be like, give me scary name. Death claw. Do I have to look up what that looks like? Because now I don't know what a death claw is and it's going to bother me. This isn't going to be like the dog, right? I don't know. I feel like y'all set me up. Oh, that is terrifying, actually. Yeah, that shit popped out at me. I would walk out. I would walk out. I don't know if there's your little death claw, people. Wow. Keith, thank you for giving me nightmares tonight. I needed that. Yeah, how do you guys feel about the show versus the game? I mean, we know that we don't see a death claw in the show yet. So is this kind of like a Last of Us situation where like, because I felt like in the show, I mean, I guess a lot of people felt like this, but in the show, it took a long time to get to like the infected. Whereas in the game, you're like, you're swinging from the beginning and like, I don't know. It was a very slow build for me for the show. I preferred the game. Google the Gulper? That sounds terrible. I am only gonna Google one more thing, I promise. Like I'm not gonna spend my whole night Googling Fallout characters. Oh, I don't like how that looks at all. Gulper looks like if a salamander like stood up. I don't even know. I don't like this Gulper thing at all. No, thank you. Ugh. I just feel like are a lot of these creatures slimy? They just look slimy. God, ugh. I don't. Maybe I'm not gonna watch Fallout. Um, a mutated bear? No, 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 no. It has fingers for teeth. Okay, guys, you're making me not want to watch Fallout at all, or play it or anything. Ugh. Oh, so they're mute. Oh, they're mutated. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Duh. I forget what Fallout is. I'm not gonna lie. Every time we talk about it, and then when you guys give me more information, I'm like, oh, duh. I hope we get a lot of creatures this year. I want to see more creatures and less humans. Let us see you be creative, HHN. I agree. I really liked Jungle of Doom. I really liked the like sculpts in there, like the masks and everything. The characters were very creative. And I would live for more of like that energy. Especially in our zones, but my issue with that zone and also his Zodiac was that the masks were painted so dark. I've talked about it before that like the colors were just so muted in the lighting. And the zones, they've been having issues lighting zones. They sometimes are great, sometimes are not. But the way that you light your zone either disrespects or respects your makeup and costuming department. And I feel like HHN tends to disrespect them. So you have to catch these zones in the daylight or you miss all of these details, which is, I hope not what's going to happen in the house with like any of these characters from Fallout if we do like get to see hopefully some of them that are in season 1. I hope that they're not, a head on a stick and like I guess given the Hollywood treatment because we had some pretty good like Quiet Place creatures last year and they did too. But, they also had some that were not hidden very well. So just line in a mutated bear. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I have no answer for why the mutated bear got me. It also made me understand what you guys were saying about these characters. I'm not drinking, I promise. This is just me not understanding. Yeah, the nukes dropped and now I'm like I'm understanding it. I get it. I don't know what it is every time we talk about Fallout, and I guess it's just because it's like not an IP that I've ever really known besides the thumbs up kid or whatever the fuck his name is. I just kind of forget what it's about, and somebody has to remind me, or I have to like talk about it for a while and be like, oh yeah. That's why I was like, oh, all these creatures look like animals. No fucking shit. Um, Living Tombstone, Five Nights at Freddy's song, Gaga's music, WWE music, Amazon Kills, work of art, WWE killer lineup for Marathon of Mayhem. Could this be the year that we get the Lagoon show back? I haven't been to Universal in a while. So I actually have no idea. Did they finish the they finished whatever they were working on, like the issues in the lagoon? I have no idea. I hope they did. because that would be great. We're gonna need some things to spread people out around the park, considering it's still 10 houses. They really disrespect the makeup. Yep. Absolutely, they do. And I know that it's different departments coming together, but like you gotta work. You gotta figure it out. So I'm just waiting for the day where they light the makeup properly. God. Ooh, Keith is working on an episode for their podcast that is going to be why Fallout can be the best or worst thing for HHN. I will have to take a listen to that because I need somebody who's educated to tell me why, because I have no idea. Becca, no! It's okay that you're late. It will be up to watch, and I can talk about Gaga again. I mean, you can go back and listen to it with Jonathan, but right now, rumored to be Dead Coconut Club. I don't know if it is coming or not, but there was a Murdy tweet that he had to research some music that his children like, and some people in the chat brought up that Gaga could have been what he had to look up for possibly their tram, if it's our Dead Coconut out here. So there's like the little recap, but definitely go back and watch the part with Jonathan because he said it a little bit better with more detail. It says, I'm just happy to be here, man. This is going to be a fun ass time. I can't wait until opening night. Me too. I know that we bitch and we complain and like we speculate and all that. That's kind of what we do. That's what we're here to do. That's what our podcast, it's our platform. But I am just happy to be here. And this year just sounds like it's going to be a great time for all of us. So I can't wait. What is it? August 29th is opening night this year, right? Jesus. I can't wait for August 29th at 4:30, standing in the rain with all of you guys because it's gonna fucking rain. And I'm just gonna say it now. So I can't wait, y'all. Somebody put how many days we have now. Jordan, you haven't seen a Lagoon show in person? I hope it's back this year so you can see it because I'm on record. Marathon of Mayhem was not my favorite thing in the world, but I still like a Lagoon show. I won't complain. And we definitely need it back. Keep that. Whoa. Over 5,000 hours. Okay. So you are the expert, and I will go to you. I defer to Keith for all Fallout questions moving forward. Please don't ask me, because I have 0 hours logged in the game. What's your second favorite series? What's your first favorite series? Robbie, I'm excited to be scared by you. I'm a jumpy bitch, so. And if you ever want to visit her, I will always come visit and hype people up. That's my favorite thing. Final Fantasy, also not a series I have dabbled in, but I've heard a lot. All right, my friends, I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment. I don't think it's my favorite segment, but it seems to be people's favorite segment. Murdy tweets. By myself again, but this time I actually have the tweets. You guys should be proud of me. I came prepared this week. It's not me just reading off my phone like last week. Murdy says, working on something. Not a house. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. Thanks, Larry. Murdy tweets. Yeah. Murdy tweet. Wow. That's the most times I've sung it. Okay. He doesn't get that big of an introduction, guys. God. I'm making his ego huge. If he only knew he had a segment on this fucking show. Yeah, Murdy Tweets has his theme song. Yeah, Becca. I don't know. I have no idea when the Murdy Tweets bullshit started. I just started singing it a year ago, 2 years ago. Who fucking knows? And here we are. Murdy Tweets, aka just dunks on John Murdy for 45 minutes by myself. Yeah. John Turdy. I was like, who's John Trudy? That's why I didn't put the first comment up on the screen. 8-bit. I was like, stop, Robbie. He is sitting at home kicking his fucking little feet in Ireland. All right. He says he's working on something. Not a house, not a show, not Terror Tram, not a scare zone, not a food or bar overlay, but trust me, you'll like it. John, how the fuck do you know what I will or will not like? You don't know me. I wish I didn't know you. Well, I mean, I don't know. But you know, bitch, what are you working on? It's not a bar. It's not a food. It's not a tram. Is it the fucking toxic tunnel? Is it coming back for no reason because we're not using the metro sense? I know what's good for me. How do you know? If I die during Murdy tweets, this is the worst way to go. Oh my god. Ooh, see, y'all got me hitting my microphone and stuff. No, thank you, John. Real talk though, I have no fucking idea what this could be about. Well, it's not a show. I was gonna say, could it be what's in Kung Fu Panda, like Late Night with Chucky? Could it be okay? Tinfoil hat on for a second. They're opening. It's not Universal owned, but they're opening an Escapology or something, or they already did in City Walk. What if they're doing a Halloween Horror Nights escape room with John Murdy? Like making one at the Escapology. How pissed off would Orlando people be if they got an HHN escape room when we have Universal owned and operated ones here? And they're not Horror Nights. Oh my god. That might be the only thing I could think of. I know that's not it, but ooh, Becca says a Blumhouse tunnel. Oh, okay, so is it just a big U-turn? Like you go down and come back? Because where are we going is my question, because that brings you to the metro sets, right? I don't know. Maybe like a Taste of Terror event. That could be cool. Does HHN Hollywood really offer a good enough variety of food to have like a Taste of Terror event? I've never really eaten the food like in the event because we always get RIP and we have the buffet and you can sample some of the items, like the specialty items, and it's all like okay, but to me, HHN Hollywood's food gives very much like, I guess if you grew up going to Universal, like how Universal's food was before like 2015, maybe a little bit earlier than that. They did not have good food for a very long time. Like when they were redoing City Walk and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Not in the least. Our food isn't anywhere near yours. Yeah. And there was a time where Orlando's, like I said, we had really bad theme park food. Oh my god. And I was vegan at the time. You could not find anything. The only thing you could find that was vegan at Universal in Orlando back in, this must have been 2015, maybe 2016, 2014. But you could get French fries, but they were in a shared fryer. So if you were like very particular about how like vegan you were, or if it was like an allergy, you couldn't have them. Or you could go to IOA to like the stand that has like the pita and the heroes and everything, and you could get the veggies and hummus. And those are your only options. Or you could go out to City Walk where I think Bread Box had just opened, and you get like a veggie sandwich. Like that is like what I kind of think of like HHN Hollywood's food. There is edible stuff, but like it's not like ours where you could throw a rock and hit like really good theme park food. So yeah, I just don't think it's that yet. An interactive area like FanFest, yeah, that could be really cool. Like where? Again, I don't know Hollywood, so I need an expert like you, Albert. Tell me, what are we doing? What do you think it could be? I got nothing. I want an event where you can preview costumes up close. Behind the screen should. Oh, I agree. God, give me like. I know I couldn't like. I just want a behind the scenes tour where I can like stand 30 feet away from my makeup tent and watch them work and like watch the costumes get distributed and like I don't know. We are in the generation of like kids that grew up on Travel Channel, like watching all those behind the scenes documentaries about how the theme parks operate and stuff. Let me watch you work. I will pay a little bit of money. We pay to go in the houses with the lights on. Like, give me like a $50 add-on to go see Ops 2 or something. I don't even know how we got here. Blumhouse Tunnel, but they trap you in there and it's worse than the Scare Zone last year. Maybe it is Midsummer. I did see a couple other comments that had passed about Midsummer. It very could be. Hollywood does need more house themed food. Chaos, I agree. Minion Cafe has some of my favorite food. Orlando or Hollywood? I haven't had Hollywood's. I don't really like Orlando's. Oh, DC Thrills? Could he be working on a Hollywood icon? He didn't say an icon. You kind of got a point there. Mike, yes, let me watch you earn your hourly, babe. Let me just go in. We hype up the scare actors when we go through the mazes. Let me hype up the behind the scenes people. Like, yes, mama, you better clean that outfit. You better clean that costume. Yes, you better apply that latex. Like, oh my god, like little pom poms and like cheering. People walk by, they're like, wow, they're really excited to scare back there. It's just me and Mike. Woo! Oh, I want a day in the life of a scare actor so bad. God. I wish we could like make one. You know what I mean? Like for the YouTube channel or whatever, but like we can't physically. It would have to be somebody in a zone and we couldn't film backstage. So it would be very much like a, hey, could you vlog in the beginning and then we'll come stalk you at the event to get all the footage? Be very creepy. But be interesting. Oh, imagine a behind the scenes where they take you to the morgue, the warehouse. I beg. Please. I want to go so bad. I also just want them to do a house like is it the Hollowed Pass that was like the warehouse? That's really what I want. I want it really like done well. That's kind of also why I like Carnival Graveyard so much. I know that's kind of a hot take from 2018. I really liked it because of all the history in there. Orlando, yeah, I really like Minion Cafe as well, Keith. It is. I never thought I would say that like I love Monsters, but I'm not mad at what replaced it because the food is really good. That like Meatball Mountain thing, too many times have I gotten that at HHN just to hide from the crowds. All right, Robbie, we might have to talk then. Could be really interesting. We could start it as a TikTok and then do like a full. Okay, we'll talk. You can DM my personal. See, this is what's gonna happen is I'm gonna come up with a bunch of weird like TikTok and video ideas, and Duff's gonna have no idea, and I'm just gonna post them. Me and you, Robbie. Give me the frequent fear for that experience. Let us be the makeup team's groupies. Yeah. You better airbrush. Keith, you're just rubbing it in. I would absolutely cry. I'm very emotional about my HHN. Come on, y'all know this. Okay, Robbie. Beetlejuice. I think it might be 85 on some. I don't fucking know. All right, let's move on to the next Murdy tweet. I forgot we were doing that. So somebody asked, I've been wanting to ask you for a while. Are you a fan of WWE? Are we ever going to get some WWE horror stuff at HHN ever? John said, my dad used to take me to watch wrestling at the Olympic Auditorium in downtown LA in the early 70s before it became what it is today, but I didn't really follow it after that. There was a house prior to my time with HHN based on The Undertaker. You know, okay, I'm not going to make a joke. I'm going to be really nice. Does anybody feel like his answer has changed in the last couple weeks? From haha, he, I haven't watched it, to You know, I actually had to research this shit recently, and we did have a house on The Undertaker at one point. I don't know, to me, this feels like John Murdy is, like, less snippy about it? I don't know. Yeah. MC Films perfectly dodging the question. Yeah. Because before it was like, "I don't watch wrestling." And now it's, "Well, did you know that back in the day before I was a part of this?" And it's information now. Speaking of, I did wanna put this in here. I am currently participating in what I'm calling the Wyatt Watch with WWE. And, Alexa Bliss came back on Friday. If you don't know Alexa Bliss, she, is married to Ryan Cabrera. That's her husband, the pop star, but she is a wrestler. Bowling for Soup has a song about her called Alexa Bliss. But, she was with The Fiend before, like, right when I started watching wrestling. And she was part of the Firefly Funhouse, part of all of that. There's a rumor that she is supposed to be joining with the Wyatt Six, and they're supposed to be coming back soon. She came back on Friday from an injury, I believe, or no, she was pregnant, came back, then disappeared again, and now came back. And they're saying part of this is because she's going to align with the Wyatt Six. So things keep glitching on TV. She's been wearing her Fiend gear. It feels like we're getting closer to this potentially actually being the storyline of the house and them coming back soon. So Wyatt Watch, that's what I'm going to call it now. Becca, his answer changed because you heard your response to the last WWE tweet and he's scared. Absolutely. Already got caught on this one. That's true. The question was if he was a fan. Clearly he's not. Yeah. I just think his answers changed a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what else he said. John Murdy, can you confirm that the houses in H lot will have AC? I know we designed it for that, but there's only so much you can cool a tent with a bunch of openings. Are all tents going to have AC from now on, or is it just going to be certain houses? And John said, don't know yet. Okay. So they're at least designing for these things now, for at least some of them. I hope that this means most of them, the tents, because a lot of the Hollywood houses are tents. I just really hope for the actor's sake. We can tolerate what a 3 to 5 minute walkthrough without AC, but those guys are in there, guys, gals, they are in there for. I don't know how long Hollywood sets are. Somebody was trying to explain it last year to me, and it was a little different. But like Orlando is 45 on, 45 off. If you're a bigger costume, sometimes it's 30 on and out. It depends. It depends. So I just would like for them to be comfy. That's all I ever really want. For anybody, you guys can't perform when you're not comfortable. And it's already hard to be comfortable in a mask and a full body outfit usually. So Murdy be doing Murdy bullshit. I agree. Yes, Murdy, give us nothing. The question was, are we ever getting WWE in the future? He gave a technically correct statement without actually addressing the question. Honestly, pretty promising for WWE. Good point, MC Films. All right, this is our last Murdy tweet from the Entertainment Connection. Gate opened. Wood rising. # blessed. And then Jose responded, it's going to be a flat facade, ain't it? And John Murdy said, nope. Cool. So it's not a flat facade. Thanks for telling us that, Murdy. I do love a something that's built out and not just on a flat. Cool. And this is what we think. Is this Jurassic? I think this is Jurassic. Again, I wish I had Jonathan here. Jurassic, WWE. Good night, Keith. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I see. I keep trying to click on something and it goes away. Albert, I agree. He's not going to give us anything. This is all in good fun. We got to give him a little shit. If Mike Aiello tweeted like this, there would probably be an Aiello tweet segment, and I would probably also give him shit. Let's be real. Give everybody shit. At least he answered the question directly, I guess. Technically, paint isn't flat. Period. He actually answered. Thank you, Albert. It is Jurassic World. Well, that's all of our Murdy tweets. That's all the like formal stuff Jonathan gave me to talk about. So I guess it's time for just chat talk. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Any questions, comments, concerns? I'm here. I'm probably only gonna be here for maybe 15 more minutes, maybe 10. I'm a little sleepy. I gotta go teach the youth, unfortunately, in the morning as well. Yeah, I can't believe how this year is stacking up on both coasts. It's kind of crazy. I know we said we were kind of bored with like talking about it all the time, but it is still like when you look at the lineup, it's crazy. Just what is speculated right now. Goblin had to work. He was here for the first hour, but he had to go to work, unfortunately, and be a big boy now. We're proud of him for that. And Duff, I think, might be back next week. If not, hopefully the week after. Doing things. We all got life. But yeah, it's just me. Sorry. Should make Murdy tweets merch and call it merch. That would be really funny. Do you guys know? Okay. I asked somebody this the other day. Do you guys know where that song came from? Because I didn't come up with it. You guys like know that it's not something I came up with, right? So like we could fully parody it. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna see if anybody knows what it is. You guys, I mean, anybody who's been to HHN. I guess 2017 or watched it. You guys would know, but I still have no official news from Universal. Nope. I wish I was going more this year. But you're going to be there most nights. Did you take nights off already? I know. Usually that's what characters do to get to see the event. It's just, I don't know, Salacious. That might be the most terrifying thing, especially 2 weeks in a row now. Just me for the last bit. Oh my God. It's nerve-wracking for me. I have not heard anything about merch at all. Not just preview merch. I've heard nothing. And I was trying to like rack my brain. Like last year, I think that we like could have made a really good guess early on that it was going to be neon because neon is very prominent in fashion and stuff like that. And that's normally where we get kind of the vibe from usually is like what's popular. And like it was neon and like skulls and stuff like that, that atomic horror aesthetic. I got nothing this year at all. I don't know. Like I'm dying for an announcement that we can have something solid. I don't think we've had waited this long for like an actual thing. Agreed. We have so much speculation and rumor that like at this point there are things that we can say are true, but they could be Scream or The Conjuring and get ripped out from underneath our legs right at the last second. So I hope not. But whew. It's 11 a.m. tomorrow and tickets suddenly release. What are you buying before everything sells out? If it's single night tickets, nothing. I'm buying nothing. If it's multi-night tickets, I'm going to cry because financially I have all my money for Rockville right now and nothing more. And I leave for Rockville in 2 days. I would have to sell a kidney to pay for my frequent fare or something like that. If money's not an issue, I'm buying an ultimate frequent fare with Express right off the rip if this is the lineup this year. And I would be willing to take a risk that this is the lineup and I'll be at least partially that happy with it. So I would buy that. And probably if the tours are also released, like I'm asking, I would do that. Murdy tweets origin story. I definitely thought the intro song was all you know. Just Wayne's World. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think that's wrong. But I'm copying the Trump tweets from Bill and Ted from 2017. Trump tweets. But it's Wayne's World. It's the same melody. I think that's also where it gets in my head. It gets a little lost because it's like a guitar riff and it sounds like Wayne's World. So in my head, they kind of just go like this. But it started the first time as a parody of the Trump tweets. from the final Bill and Ted from 2017. But Wayne's World is like one of my favorite movies, like of all time growing up. So like that's probably also where it's just like sitting in my brain all the time. Oh, DC Thrills. I have heard from someone that works close with HHN that they have auditions for someone spraying water on guests. What's your thoughts if that's true? Where do I sign up? I want to spray people. It's giving, if you've ever been, I want to say like SeaWorld parks do it. When it's hot outside, they have people that take like those big, like, I think they're for like gardening and stuff, like those big sprayer backpacks, and they just spray you. If it's not that, I don't even know what it could be. Could it be Terrifier? Could it be Friday the 13th? Like, am I getting pelted with like a straight? What is this? Is this like a Hollywood water effect? Because those you will leave soaked. Fully soaked from head to toe in those mazes. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this AC Thrill. So now I'm like, could be Hatchet and Chains and it's pew pew. Well, it is HHN, a true horror podcast, the Jess Show. Just 365 now on YouTube. You know, we're gonna make that a shirt actually. Say, you've heard about Friday the 13th house. It's still strong. Some theorize it could be similar to TCM from last year. I agree with you. I think that if we are getting it, from what I've been hearing, it would be all versions of Jason. And also, I don't know if we talked about this last week, but I kind of looked into it a little bit better. A little bit. I'm probably still like fully not wrong, but not right. Somebody owns all the versions of Jason now. And then somebody owns Friday the 13th and Camp Crystal Lake and like Pamela, and that's who's making the TV show. So we can have a Jason house with all the iterations of Jason if we get the rights from that person who owns all the iterations of Jason, but we can't say we're at Crystal Lake. And Pamela can't be a part of it. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's like a Legacy of Leatherface last year in Hollywood. That's my man. I haven't seen him at this event. He hasn't been by himself at this event in fucking ever at this point. I would love it. Oh my God. God, I hope so. Yes, Albert, we are spoiled. We know it. And we definitely say it. I'm sorry. Can we get a printed score for the Murdy Tweet Jingle as merch? Okay. Real talk. If we made a Murdy Tweet shirt in like that same kind of like graphic of the Trump tweets one, but Murdy tweets, would you guys actually buy that? Like straight up. Like be real. Because like we could make it, but I don't want to make it if nobody wants it. I want to make stuff you guys want. That's why our merch is the way it is and why we only really sit when we got something we think you guys like. We want to make merch that is for HHN fans that they actually want to wear because we know sometimes the event doesn't do that. I hope it's tiny little water guns. Pew pew. Telling you, go look up the Cowboy Carter. It's the little guns on the hip thing. I'm gonna be soaked after the Terrifier house. Yeah, we are. Jordan is hyped for Hatchet and Chains. I loved The Darkest Steel as well. That is like, I'm excited for this year because I don't know if you guys know, Duff has he won't add a house into his like top anything. I think it's 2 years. 2 years since it happened. So he won't put it in his top anything, house or zone, until it's been gone for 2 years. Because recency bias is so strong, especially when he's been going since, is it 06? So 16, 15? One of those 2 years. And there like very quickly came a point, I want to say when it was like my 5th year in, where like everything was my favorite. My favorite house that year was always my favorite. And it got really hard to like put it in my top 5 and now I guess top 10 because I've been through so many houses at this point. Still not as many as, you know, Duff, Mike, or other people, but like for me, I was very overwhelmed. So I give myself the 2-year rule now, 2, and it's really helped. This year, Dark Steel can enter that top. That's where I was getting with this whole fucking long story. But Dark Steel has not been put into my top 10 like favorite houses because it hasn't been 2 years yet, and it almost is. That is definitely going to be in like probably in my top 2 favorite houses. That and Graveyard Games, but I still got a couple more months. But yeah, we saw Sinners finally last week. I think I told you guys I was going to tell you when I finally saw it. Oh my God, I loved it so much. Such a good movie. I don't need to see it at the event, and I don't really think we need to even open up that discourse. Take my money now. Goblethin, take my money. I want a house shirt that has live updating wait times on the back. Make it happen. Okay, so like you could do that with like an iPad. Or you know those backpacks? Like you can buy them at HHN too, like the t-shirts with like the little like the radio like pulsing in the center. That's what it is. But it's a house wait time. Becca, you're coming for the first time? Oh my God. Okay, Orlando or Hollywood? That's an important question. Hopefully Orlando. I mean, Hollywood's still good too. I'm trying to be kind. No, they're good. They're really good. Orlando, if you're coming, if you want some tips and tricks, let us know. Sinners was so good. I will say, somebody kind of not spoiled the movie for me, but I was kind of like ignoring a lot of like the hype around it and everything because I just wanted to see it. I didn't want to know what it was about. And then somebody told me it was like The Darkest Steel. And I was like, well, now you've told me the whole plot. I was a little disappointed. I still loved it though. But I was like, no, why would you tell me that it is like The Darkest Steel? It is, but hey, Hayden, what's up? Welcome. I'm sorry it's just me. It was Jonathan for an hour, but he had to go to work. Welcome. We're happy you're here. iPad taped to a shirt. Make it happen. That sounds like something maybe you should make happen. I don't have an iPad. Do you have an iPad? Becca, yes. Okay. The closer we get to the event, we'll probably do like a tips and tricks. It's been a long time since we've done that. And I'll definitely do TikToks at HHN365 pod if you'd like to follow there. But if you need any advice, any tips, anything, reach out to us on social media before then. Like if you want any hotel suggestions. I personally really like the Universal hotels. I think that they're really good bang for your buck. And not having to drive yourself after the event is worth it if you ask me. But if you want to know my favorite, I think I really like Aventura. I know a lot of people say it's too small. I don't think so. I don't think so. I love it. And I like the weird shaped rooms. But also, Endless Summer is really good. I worked there at one point. But yeah, we can give you more tips and tricks as we go. If you have any questions or anything, you know where to find us. Or me, whoever. You keep reading it. Go on. Goblethin. One day I'm going to put an image of Goblethin in here. Jordan, yes, you do need to see Sinners. It's really good. D'Angelo, do you think Ship could be Creature from the Black Lagoon? I don't think so. I think that the speculation of not having a Monsters house this year is accurate. Just kind of based on everything we've been hearing and the spec maps. I don't think any of those are monsters. And if we were going to get Creature, I would think Hollywood would also want it. So it would be a bi-coastal house. So I think that that's probably an original. And I hope on version 3 of the spec map, they finally give us like the film reel and the original icons. So we can like fully just stick to that. Because that's been really hard. Normally we have them by now. And if they weren't the same on both coasts, this would be 10 times harder to talk about. Good, Becca. Good. We're gonna start posting more, I promise. It's been hard. I'm almost done with school. So close. I have like 3 weeks left. Whew. And then it will be back into just, I mean, HHN prep, and we'll be in construction season at that point. Holy shit. We're probably going to start seeing stuff. I think we saw end of June last year, y'all. So we are very close. Thanks, Hayden. Oh my God. That's so kind. Salacious. How do you meet me and the rest of the crew? They stood you up. Okay, so see, and I didn't have Express last year, so they didn't really hang out with me. They stood me up last year. Let's be real. So this year we should all be together most nights. Like barring a ticketing fiasco like last year. But usually we're together most nights for most of it, if not all of it, just hanging out, going around. You can just spot us. I have very identifiable hair. That's, I think, usually how people find us. And Duff said that last year some people found them, but it seemed that people were saying they were having a problem because they would only see me and not them, or vice versa. And it's because we weren't together. And I was only there for a couple hours last year per night. So this year I'm going to try to be there for longer. You can always hit us up on social media. Some nights we'll post where we're at and like popping around. Just because we'll have stickers on us and whatnot. Usually we like to make an exclusive sticker for the year or a button. Last year I don't think we did it, but we will. Normally we have stickers on us of our logo or something else, or we'll have I don't know if you can really see it, but we have our Bugs air fresheners that we made. We have a bunch of those we could have on us. So yeah, either message us. Sorry, I just read a comment I want to put on the screen. Either message us, message me, or something. We will find a way to find you, or look for the hair. It's usually neon and purple. Jordan, same thing. If you see us, or if you don't, hit us up. We can find you guys. We will find you. We love meeting you guys in the park. We love talking to you guys. I love asking opinions. I'll talk to a brick wall. So if you want to talk to us, I'll talk to you. And then usually I'll have a bracelet or something, like I said. Dre, also on the Aventura train, right? It is my favorite. The pool is great. You have access to Volcano Bay. The bar is great. The restaurant up top, oh my God, it's so good. I like the food downstairs, the quick service. I like the rooms. And then, yeah, you can walk to the boats at Sapphire. Learn the game Contact. I don't know that game, so now I have to learn it. Anybody have some good queue line games? Maybe that's not a heads up. Have you seen or plan to see Clown in a Cornfield? I saw it last night. I haven't seen it. I will probably see it. My husband doesn't love to watch a horror movie with me, so I might have to see it alone, but that's okay. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll watch it this week. Oh no, I'm at Rockville this week. Maybe I'll watch it next week. And I'll let you guys know. Well, Robbie. Okay, thanks. No, I mean, I love it. Wait, what house were you in last year? No, I'm like, was my head down if it was Insidious? Oh my God. Wow. See. Sweets. Okay. Yeah. Y'all got my ass in sweets. I won't even lie. Even Maria said something, my dog. You help me find you in the girl buy you a beer or something. You don't have to do that. I'll help you. I will keep my hair this color. I was thinking about changing it, but just for you guys. The big air fresheners we don't have. We just have little tiny ones. But they're at hhn365.com. And then maybe if you find us, maybe on opening night, I'll have some. We'll see. Maybe I'll have a t-shirt. We do that sometimes too. If you find us, sometimes we have stuff. But I'm going to give it like 3 more minutes and I'm going to wrap it up. I am getting sleepy, y'all. Okay, that's what I thought. I did feel a little targeted in that scene. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling it. I'm honored though. I really am. Just like in Darkest Steel, I swear in that last room, that bitch has something out for me. Oh my God, in hell. I get so close. So close. Oh, Bug. I was like, I don't know if they're big. Here, I can pull it down to show you. These are our Bug air fresheners. And they smell like pine. Even this one, which it's been a while and it's been out. At hhn365.com. They're double-sided. I believe the shipping is just included on it. So I think what you see is what you pay. Yeah, we have a bunch of those. And we also have a bug shirt that goes with it. That's also on our website that I'm not wearing, but it has that on the front and then on the back. And that was actually designed by Potter. So you guys know who Potter is. They fucking killed it. Yeah, both things at HHN365.com. Robbie, you are so cool. You're like, I sometimes I wish I could be a character, but I don't think I can handle it. My body, and I need to be at the event. Y'all are built different. Tampa, baby. Oh my God. RIP. Well, we appreciate you and everything you do to bring us the event. Oh my God, Jordan's also in Tampa. Well, dang. Well, all right. I'm going to start wrapping up because I still have to pack for Rockville. If any of you guys are going to Rockville, look out for this hair and come say hi to me. I won't have stickers, but I'll be in Daytona this weekend. So I'm going to go see some Rob Zombie and some other shit that's been on an HHN playlist, I guess. Has it not happened yet? The rematch? Am I gonna catch it? Okay. Well, if I'm gonna catch the rematch, then yes, I'm gonna go watch it. If not, my husband is going to play it for me the minute I'm done here. Oh, it might start here soon. So I'm on the East Coast, so I don't know if I missed it. We'll see. We'll see. The tarantula is actually our friend Aaron's baby. Aaron has a bunch of spiders, lizards, creepy crawlies, and she fully used her baby and she just crawled on the little shirt. And I was brave and I was shaking and I took the photo, and it's honestly, it's like one of my favorite merch photos ever. Thanks, Becca. You're so cool. Stop. Oh, okay. Becky's doing main event. There we go. Sorry, Hayden. I didn't know where you were at. All right, so guys, I gotta go because my woman Rhea Ripley is about to wrestle. Thank you guys for joining me. I really do appreciate when you guys stay and hang out and chat with just me. I know you guys sign up for at least 2 of us, but mainly 4 of us. These are really fun, and they really make my week, even when they're at the beginning of the week. So if you guys want to follow us, we're at HHN365 on all social media except not Instagram, except TikTok. That's at HHN365pod. All of our merch, including the air fresheners, the shirt that goes with it. We have a Vanity Ball shirt. We have a bunch of other stuff. That's at HHN365.com. That supports local artists in the community that we have to design our shirts and then us. And we ship them directly to you. But yeah, we will hopefully be back next week with a podcast. If not, we will definitely be back next week with a live on Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. We'll let you guys know on social media. Definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we will see you in the streets, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.